February the 28th, 2016. Guys, you're looking at the NOAA wind surface map, and I've included not only the wind, but notice the carbon monoxide levels. And I've taken that timestamp back to February the 14th on Valentine's Day, and we're going to bring it up into this day. What you're seeing in the red area is, again, carbon monoxide. And this is important. This particular map will show a couple of different things, but let's move forward in time. The reason that it's important, and I was asked about this, is because this can be a precursor to earthquakes, sudden, large carbon monoxide releases, and scientists are now using that technology as an early warning system for some major quakes. But notice we're going up in the timestamp. We're up to the 24th. You see some levels rising on the West Coast. You're watching California. Now, the sudden burst of carbon monoxide is what they watch for. 2 days ago on the 26th, that was one of the largest ever recorded. Look at that. Let's go up until we'll go from the 26th up to the 27th to the 28th today. And we're going to kind of scan around the planet to give you some idea of why this is important for the West Coast, because it's not really happening anywhere else. You see a little bit in Asia, but this is all along the eastern side of the Ring of Fire and some of the major fault zones through the northwestern United States. Pay attention to where that's at. Now, on the 27th, you can see it has died back somewhat. And here's today's on the 28th. But guys, notice how it looked if you back the video up on the 14th. And there's professors that are working worldwide with this information. And again, they're using it to predict earthquakes. So are we seeing an early warning? Because that and it's still going on, a lot of carbon monoxide. Again, you can see in Asia right there somewhat of a carbon monoxide scan, but nowhere near what we're seeing on the west coast of the United States. Nothing down under. You see that? It's concentrated right here on this fault zone all the way through the San Andreas Fault up north through Cascadia. And remember, this is the day after the major burst. This was yesterday. So again, the early warning system may be sending out an alarm. But Dr. Ramesh Singh is saying that carbon monoxide may signal earthquakes. That's what I'm talking about. Earth emits a burst of carbon monoxide a few days before an earthquake, according to geophysicist Ramesh Singh. He and co-workers from France and the U.S. report that the gas could be used as one of the precursor signals for earthquake early warning systems. The scientists used data from an American satellite and analyzed changes in carbon monoxide at different altitudes. The carbon monoxide showed enhancement in concentration a few days prior to the earthquake that they were watching at that time. So again, is that what we're seeing in California, guys? If so, you need to pay very close attention to this. But he says, Singh, who was formerly with the Indian Institute of Technology in Kanpur, is currently in the physics department of Chapman University in California. The project was funded by the Indo-French Center for the Promotion of Advanced Research in New Delhi. The researchers discovered the connection between CO emission and earthquakes by analyzing satellite remote sensing data that they collected around the time that a 7.6 earthquake shook Gujarat in western India 9 years ago, killing about 20,000 people and rendering thousands homeless. Singh said the CO levels were taken by an instrument on board NASA's Terra satellite launched in 2009. And on January the 19th and 20th, they saw a large peak in the concentrations of the gas. And this was a week before the main earthquake event, guys. So we're saying a couple days to a week. It says after the 26th January earthquake, the concentration of gas dropped. According to the scientists, the gas is forced out of the earth due to the buildup of stress prior to the earthquake, influencing the hydrological regime around the epicenter. He said an anomalous increase in land surface temperature a few days prior to the Gujarat earthquake, as inferred from the data of NASA's other satellite MODIS, is also related to the CO emissions. And guys, think about that. Your temperatures in that area now, I know that In the Phoenix area, it's very warm. In Southern California, in there, it's February. Now, that's not the only chemical that these satellites can pick up, and when they combine it with the wind and oil, you can see the different effects and where it would go. But you're going from carbon monoxide, then you can go to carbon dioxide, and check this out. You can, this is on yesterday's date, on the 27th, and that's showing up in blue. So you've got carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide combined here. The strongest levels are in Southern California, anywhere on the planet. So just keep your heads up if you're in that area. Also, you can check out sulfur dioxide mass on this map, and you can see it's also concentrated, although you see spots around the globe. Right now, during this week, it's concentrated along the West Coast. Now, sulfur dioxide has been associated with volcanic activity. It's a toxic gas with a pungent, irritating, and rotten smell. It was used by the Romans in wine making when they discovered that burning sulfur candles inside an empty wine vessel kept them fresh and free from the vinegar smell. So we're dealing with three different events. The sulfur dioxide, which could be related to volcanoes, the carbon monoxide sudden releases, earthquakes. Again, maybe we're wrong, but those are large amounts of a gas that was released. And we're dealing with, again, a couple of days up to a week, as they noted in the earthquake in 2009. But guys, I'll put a link to the map that you've been looking at in the description below this. It's a heads up. Be real safe. Now, looking back at the earthquakes for the last 3 to 4 days, and you notice I have it set to 4s and above. We have seen an uptick in the 4s in going back now 4 days, go back 5 days. That's across the western United States and around the Ring of Fire. Nothing big, but we did see a few in that area. But they said it's a precursor. So we need to watch this map, watch the NOAA wind speed map, which again, both will be linked. This is a heads up, guys. Be safe.